It's indeed another freaking day to make money trading the financial market. And if you are a prop trader, this is yet another day to make money from your funded account or to pass your challenge account or even draw close to your passing, meeting your profit targets. So this is of course the daily video where I analyze the market for you, show you trade setups to take advantage of, and of course insights on how to better make decisions with of course the way you trade. So in this video I am going to take a look at the CFDs. I'm going to take a look at the major indices and a few of the crypto. So if this sounds like what you want to see every day, because I do this every day, then do well to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so you better get notified when I drop this video every single day. All right, so with that being said, you might just hear some background noises here and there, but don't let that deter you because I kind of not have control over that, you know. So anyways, I'm going to run down through all of these instruments as quickly as possible, and stay with me to the end because I'm going to show you all the trade setups you should be looking at and how you can take advantage of them. Again, make sure you smash the subscribe button and hit on the bell notification very hard so you don't miss any of these when they drop on a daily. Without further ado, this is not a financial advice. I am not making direct trade calls for you. This is solely for educational purpose to help you view the markets properly and make decisions based on how you trade. So now that I have mentioned that and stated it clearly, let us begin with gold. And if you watched my video yesterday, remember I told you, clearly I said it, that I'm waiting for gold to come down to this line, go back up, and if I see that, I'll bring this entry point to here, and I'll also wait for it to give me an impulse from the 5 minutes or 15 minutes time frame, make a flag, and then I'll still sell it from the top coming down. Told you that, right? Great. Now gold did come down. The question now is, will it go back up or will it continue going down? It has come down. This move is not looking very sharp, which means this can be a correction to go down after breaking out of this line. So we may or may not get this back. So this could be it coming down, but let's just wait to confirm, because this can also be a slow start of an impulse where it forms a correction here as it goes up. And if that be the case, this will be this. Of course, what I've been waiting for since yesterday. We get this and we look forward for an impulse, a correction to sell. Okay, we won't just jump into the sales, even though I have a limit order here. So we won't just jump into the sales. This limit order is also with a very minimal risk. So should it do this and still keep on going, it will take me out from here. All right, that is it. But the main trade is on this. So because of the bias I have that it is coming down, so this is what to look out for. Let's go to the 5 minutes so you can see clearly. This has been making this, looks very corrective. So if you see an impulse breaks out of this low, makes a correction, sell it. That's your trade. Again, I have a video coming up about how I trade, which is wave analysis, and I'm sure that is going to help you. It's not much of an educational video where I go into depth, because I know if I should go into in-depth, you're really going to get confused. So it's more of the basic things, okay? You start understanding things from the basics. So it's more of the basic thing right there in the video, and it will give you insight of how wave analysis work and why it is the best in making forecasts, trade decisions, entering of trade, and of course predictions and market analysis in general. So anyways, stay tuned. I've recorded the video. I'll just do what's necessary, which is edit it, and I will upload it hopefully today or tomorrow when I finish the editing. Anyways, that is it. So look out for this to either make a correction here to go up, and you look for an impulse correction to sell, or let it break out of this, gives you a flag, you can consider it selling. That is your trade for gold for today. Anyways, let's go to silver. If you also trade silver, you would notice that I told you that this may end up becoming a correction, even though I was looking forward to it coming down here and hopefully going back up. It did that right here. 1, 2, 3. You can see that because this move broke this low. You can see that, right? It broke the low, so it did that there. And this becomes all the correction where we'll have an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, and an impulse. It became all the correction, so came down. Should have sold this here, sold it here, but I missed those because I wasn't paying attention yesterday. Anyways, that's it. Let's look if it came to the low or not. Yeah, pretty much it came to this low, you can see, and it's already broke that low. Sorry, it already broke that low. You can see that. Okay, it already broke the low, so I am now expecting this. Pardon, I don't like this cross share. So I am now expecting this to go back up. Hopefully it does. Something like this would do. So I'm expecting something like that. So it's forming a correction here, and I'll just test and put a pending order there. Sorry, I just put a pending order there and see what it does. Okay, if we're still within this, if we're still within these moves, which is this, and this, if we're still within these, I'll come down, break the low again before we see this. So we'll figure it out pretty much soon. So the pending order should go here. It should be a buy stop. Okay, a little bit above the top, and I'll only set the pending order if I see this move come down a little bit. So if you're trading, keep your eyes on it because it could do this afterwards. All right, even if it's coming for this move, which will give you something like this to about this top, this is profit for you. Okay, so make sure you get that. And I don't know, by the time I upload this content, that trade must have gone, and that is why I am thinking of doing these things live on YouTube instead of recording and uploading. Okay, so let's go to US oil, where I told you yesterday, remember, that we could just finally end up having a correction here. But if we see this move break out of this, makes a flag, then we know we are going for this stop once more before we start coming down. But since we are making a correction, okay, this here might come down here, go back up for this, comes down. So we could just stay here for a long time. So just stay away from this one for now. And this also could come up, come down here, and see do this. So there's no trade for you here, just stay away from it. Let's go to UK oil, still the same thing as US oil, so stay away from it for now. Right, now let's go to US 30, where of course, you know, I told you yesterday that we could break the top. Most likely there is a higher chance we'll break the top again, but that move wouldn't go fast. So don't just jump into the buys because you might just get hot. But this is a 15 minutes time frame, and if you did buy that, you had enough chance to close it at break even. So what do we have now? Are we coming down? We might be coming down. So keep your eyes on this. We might be coming down. Keep your eyes. If it makes the correction here, does this, then this becomes a sell. Okay, especially now that it broke out of this low. So keep your eyes on that one as well. Let's go to NAS 100. Okay, if you followed me yesterday, I told you this could end up being this, and we could possibly go back for the top again, break this top and then turn. So the question now is, are we going to go back to break that top before we turn? That becomes a very big question. Okay, the answer to that is that we don't know. This could end up being an impulse, a correction, and we could end up having a correction here to still come down. So we don't know for sure if it's going to go break the top, but to know if it's going to go break the top once again, you have to wait for a good correction to buy. If it didn't give you the correction and keeps on going up and up and up and up and up, then just ignore it and wait for an impulse in the opposite direction, a flag to sell from the 15 minutes time frame, of course. So for now, this has no clear trade setup, so don't just jump into it because you might just get hot. All right, that is it for you today on NAS. Then S&P 500, where we have, of course, similar thing that's happening on NAS. And don't just jump in. Even if it goes to break this top, just ignore it. You're looking for the sale opportunities, and if this ends up becoming a sell opportunity here, where you have it form a correction here, this comes down here, does this becomes a potential sell opportunity, and your entry order can come lower here, which is here, to sell. All right, because it did this, it did an impulse, it did this could be a correction here, could do this, come down, do this. If it does this here, of course this becomes a potential sell. Your entry order can come below, so keep your eyes on this one. And the same thing goes for NAS 100 as well. German 30, this is what I am expecting. Now we had this move, we had this pullback, we had something like this could be all we get here, which is okay. But again, we had this move, we had this pullback, so this could also do this and go back one more. But again, I am not interested in the buy. I am not interested in the buy unless it gives good correction. Okay, I know of course that this broke out of this, it broke out of all of this. I know it broke out of all of that, so but I need a good correction, else I am not interested in the buy. All right, and I presume you shouldn't also be interested in the buy, but if you're buying, make sure you're lowering your risk so you don't get hot if it goes against you. Okay, so if it goes against you, you don't get hot. All right, but I am keenly looking forward to the sales, which from the 15 minutes time frame, I am waiting for this to make a correction after breaking out of this line, which it has done. And after breaking out of this particular line, which it has done now, so I am waiting for a 15 minutes correction. Okay, so I'll allow it to do whatever it has to do, but like give me a flag so I can sell it. And this can be a very good trade because we could be coming way lower to this low to break it. Okay, or we could be coming to complete this as a correction, go back one more and then come. We don't know yet, so let's just keep an eye on it and patiently wait for the trades to present themselves. All right, that is it for German 30 and UK 100 GBP. Okay, still forming this, and this may end up becoming a 1 2 3, which is a 1 a 2 and a 3. So keep your eyes on this one too, because this can go up. So if we see this come to this low, this entry order will come here. All right, we'll put this entry order here, put it here just in case it does this, but we'll still look for a trade from the 15 minutes, an impulse and a flag, and we'll take it from a very lower point. So by the time it gets here, we'll put this to break even and see what it does. All right, that is it for UK 100 GBP. And now let's hop on to Bitcoin. And of course, if you have any other thing you trade here or want me to add to the list and analyze for you, you can make that request in the comment section below. So let's go to Bitcoin, where I told you that we could be making this possibly, and to go back up, and it seems that is what we were making all along. So this has made a good has made a good impulse to the upside, made a good impulse breaking out of this, and even formed a correction here, but broke out of this. So we're waiting for this correction to finish whatever it's going to do here. So as it develops, we'll keep an eye on it to know what it does and when it's about to finish or when it's potentially about to finish, and then we can of course buy. But this buy, remember, may not go far, so be cautious as you are buying, because it could just break this stop, this one here, and turn, and that's perfect. Okay, it may not go far, it may also go far, so be cautious of Bitcoin as you buy. I won't really be interested in the buys, and if I'm tempted enough, I'll reduce my risk to the bare minimum and just sluggishly take it, okay, and monitor it. Once it gets to 100k, I'll put this to break even and see what it does. So that is it for BTC. And Ethereum, of course, I told you yesterday that this might have completed itself and we're going for this, and if that be the case, then we've gotten this, let me show you, and we've gotten this. Take this out, take this out, and take this out, and we've gotten this. Come on. Yeah, and this all happened within this. So are we going to get this, or is this a standalone correction on its own and this is just a trend continuation? That is a question. And if you look at Ethereum right now, currently it seems to be making an impulse from the 15 minutes and a correction. So the question is, are we now coming down, or are we making a correction here to go back up? That becomes a question. So if you're trading, trade carefully. This looks like a sell setup, so if you want to take it for now, reduce your risk, because you may just form a correction here after all and go back up. And if this, for whatever reason, is a part of everything that happened there, then we are coming down for this. So that's why this might also be a good trade opportunity, but make sure you are trading carefully. Okay, those are the options you have on Ethereum. So don't just jump into the trade. Make sure you're making informed and rational decisions. BNB. Okay, so yesterday, remember I told you it formed this correction. I told you this correction looks complete to me, and we might just be going up, and that's why you see the lines here. You can go back and watch the video of yesterday on indices, CFDs, and cryptos. You can see this, of course, in there. I don't know if I included that at all or I edited it out, because I was tired of editing the video and I mean to cut out the so it seems the video was getting too long and I just had to remove that crypto part, everything about the crypto part. So anyways, you see this, so allow this to make a correction before you jump into the buys. Okay, and mind you that this move may also not go that far. Okay, so and because of what we have here, there's also another possibility of this reversing for the low before it does this. So those are the options to keep in mind, because this could also become correction here for this. All right, so keep that in mind and trade carefully. Okay, that is it for BNB. Let's go to the bigger picture, maybe 1 hour for us. Take these out as well. To the 1 hour, so you can see we have this impulse, we have this correction, we have this impulse, we're having this correction, we can have this, and after that there's a possibility of coming back down. Let's go to the 4 hours. You'll see that, you can see it, right? There is a possibility of we having this, which is this, after this whole thing here. Okay, you can see that possibility, right? Yeah, it exists. So before we have this and then have this coming down. So keep your eyes on this. All right, keep your eyes on it. I believe this most likely will form a correction here to go, but don't just jump into the trade, because this could do this, take a correction, this shape, and you end up getting it from the lower point to go back up. So don't rush into the trades yet, okay? So you don't cause panic for yourself. Let's do Shiba Inu, which is the last one I do. Okay, still within this whole frame. All right, so just stay away from it for now, and that should bring us to the end of this particular video. So make sure you are keeping your eyes on these instruments, especially gold. All right, gold and silver if you trade silver. All right, so make sure you're keeping an eye. This, if it stays here some more from the 4 hours, it means it will come down and potentially go back up for this. So keep your eyes on it, keep your eyes on it, keep your eyes on it. If it forms a correction here, of course I'm going to take it from the top, and once it breaks this low, I'll move my entry order to break even. And if I see an impulse from the lower time frame and a correction, and then I'll close the trade, wait for it to go back, I'll sell it again. All right, so keep your eyes on that and make sure you are making some profits instead of losses. Okay, that's it. So let's see if this forms a correction here or not. This correction, of course, will lead us to either having a correction here, end up having a correction here, or coming straight directly down to continue the trend, which is this. So keep your eyes on this one and make sure you trade very carefully. The second recording of this video is coming up shortly, and I'll make sure I bring that to you, and also re-edit this to add that to the description of this particular video. All right, so trade carefully, and I'll see you on the other recording.